Welcome, everybody, here to the X-Bomb Sports Live Show. I hope you're all having a fantastic Wednesday, because I know I am. With me, as always, is, of course, the amazing, the immortal, the impossible to ever. Oh, my God, he's shaving.
I did.
It's Tom McKinney, ladies and gentlemen.
I did shave.
Jeez,
Ugh.
you're looking a little light there, my friend.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, I'm not part of the green screen this time.
You know what? I applaud you for that, although.
Wait, not go on my wrist is.
Oh, my God.
All right, but this bracelet's for a
All
good
right, you
reason.
know what? I will take the wrist over, like, the head, the floating neck.
But this one's
situation.
St. Baldrick's. Come
All
on.
right, that's fine. Well, how you doing? Good, anyways.
Hey, yeah, I'm sick and tired of the rain.
I hear you, man. It's too cold and too wet outside.
It's not
man.
even that. It's actually it'd be beautiful out if it wasn't so rainy.
I know. Well, at least we
It's
don't have
58 right now.
It's not snowing. At least I mean we can call that a
Well,
win.
you want to hear the funny part? Is people want to know if every Sunday or every weekend it's gonna snow when there's a new Game of Thrones episode on.
It's possible. It's clearly, but I mean you're not that big of a fan.
No,
of
I
it.
hate Game of Thrones.
We will.
No, I
That
like
will-
Vikings though. I like Vikings.
I know
That went out longer.
That is a very good show too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot to cram in. Obviously, we have a bunch of stuff to pour through with the NFL talk. We got the draft to cover. We've also got some information too with Tyreek Hill to kind of go through, and of course we're gonna have a fun little segment, which is what would you do? It's coming back, ladies and gentlemen. So you ready to do this, Tom?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into it. The first thing we got to talk about: 2019 NFL Draft has officially come and gone. And, man, it was full of a lot of picks. I don't really know how to call this one.
A lot of defense.
A lot of defense. There was a lot of defense. This was by far the best year. If you needed pass rushing, edge rushing, linebackers, cornerbacks, whatever it is, it was there for you.
Anything that plays on this side of the ball.
Exactly. Anything that looks like number 52, it was for the taking. But
Or Roquan Smith. What's his number?
58.
58. Yeah. I knew it was
So
a 50.
one of those two. But basically, if you needed defense, this was the year for it. Now, obviously, there was some decent surprise picks. But, I mean, overall, Tom, just real quick, what were your overall thoughts on this draft? Because I know what mine were, but what were yours? Thank you. Kind of speaks for the both of us, I got to be honest.
I was sort of upset. Obviously, I'm a Notre Dame guy, so I want to see my guys go where they went.
I hear you.
And I know we're going to break it down, but let me just say the Chargers, potential Super Bowl team next year.
Really? Okay.
That defense is going to be stacked.
Okay. All right. I feel it. Yeah. No. Let's hit into this. I mean, the best draft classes of this.
Well, do you
year.
want to start with the AFC East? I got the grades for
Hey,
every.
we can break it down from the teams to the teams. Let's
All
do
right,
it,
well,
man.
so let's start with the East. I have the Buffalo Bills. Their day one grade was an A, grade 2. This is all per NFL Network.
Yeah.
Great, and these are from Chad Reuter, draft analyst. He wrote this article, so his grades reflect that.
Right.
Day one grade for their Bills is an A minus for day 2. Day 3 is a B plus and an A minus overall.
Okay.
He goes Buffalo got nice value in their top 10 by eschewing trade offers to take Oliver. He can play inside, outside. Yeah, because he's athletic. Problem is, they did beautiful on defense.
Yeah.
They got a few offensive guys in there.
Oh yeah,
But
absolutely.
Who's their quarterback?
It's Josh Allen.
Oh,
That's the
right.
guy they're riding with for the future. No, yeah, the Bills definitely. Look, Ed Oliver.
Still the Bills.
Yeah, Ed Oliver I think is a good pickup. They need that guy on the inside that can also play the outside. Cody Ford's a good pickup for the offensive line. I think he's going to do a lot. Devin Singletary, I don't know where he's going to fit in with the running back
quick
situation.
question. Is he related?
No, not to Mike Singletary.
Oh, okay.
No. I know. I thought the same thing too. Believe me, I was like, is he? And then I looked it up. No, it's no relation. But my question is though, with Devin Singletary coming in, does this mean that LaShawn McCoy's out?
He should be.
I mean, that's what.
Why is LaShawn McCoy even still being talked about?
he could still put some work in, man. But
Man, he is trash.
the Bills. I mean, I'm looking at it. This is coming from ESPN. They gave him a B plus. They addressed some needs, but overall, a lot of it's going to be how are they going to progress throughout the coming years. They still need to get a top weapon for Josh Allen, who's got a big arm. A lot of people were saying get him a wide receiver or a tight end like T.J. Hawkinson or DK Metcalf, something like that. But
They got 2 tight ends. They got Dawson Knox out of Mississippi, and they got Tom Sweeney out of Boston College.
yeah.
And the Boston College had a really good draft this year.
Yeah, and
guys.
Dawson Knox, he was actually a pretty good tight end for Ole Miss. I mean, he still was able to manage, I think it was 600 yards between 2 wide receivers that had 1,000 each.
And
so.
we're gonna get into one of them, I know.
Yeah,
soon.
exactly. So, but yeah, the Buffalo Bills definitely they did some really good work in it. All right. So next on,
I have the Dolphins.
oh, you have the Dolphins next.
Yeah, I have the
All right.
Dolphin next.
Board.
So day 1, A minus. Day 2, B. Day 3, and he gave him an A minus overall.
Mhm.
Obviously, their first pick was Christian Wilkins out of Clemson. Then they went offensive guard Michael Dieter, Andrew Van Ginkel. I actually like that pick. Isaiah Prince, and Chandler Cox, and their running back they got in the last round from Washington, Myles Gaskin. Honestly, I don't know why Andrew Van Ginkel didn't go higher.
Yeah.
I mean, they picked him at
They got him in the 5th round.
151.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen him go. I mean, why he was still there. And we're gonna get into it with the Bears. I mean, they had
Oh yeah,
they had some good shocker ones in there too.
absolutely.
But Christian Wilkins, we all know what he did. For me, I know what he did.
Is it fair to say he's the best defensive lineman in the Clemson draft picks that we saw this year?
Yeah, and I want to get why.
Okay.
We're gonna break when we break the
we'll
other
break that
team
down.
down. When
Yeah.
we break the other
We'll
team
break
down, I'm
the
gonna
other
call
team
them an
down.
idiot.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I might get a little loud, but I'm gonna.
That's fine. That's fine. I hear you. No, yeah. This Christian Wilkins, like I said, I think he is. I think he went right where he needed to be.
Wait.
In the middle.
On top of that, they traded for Josh Rosen.
That's right too. Yes, they also acquired Josh Rosen in a
You
trade
can't forget about that.
for a late 2nd round pick, which is unbelievable that Miami was even able to orchestrate that. Beforehand, they were saying they're going to get him for the 48th pick, and I thought, that's pretty good. But then they get him for like the 62nd pick. That I thought, like, you really busted on the value there. But now here's what.
So, really quick, what he
Okay.
says is we absolutely take the late frequent Friday acquisition of Josh Rosen into account in this grade, landing the
Yeah.
second-year quarterback for a late second-round pick, and this year and 2020 fifth-rounder
right.
was an absolute bargain. Trading down in round 2 in a deal with the Saints before making the Rosen deal was also a great move.
Right.
Dieter meets an important need at guard, especially with Rosen in place.
Yeah.
So.
Now, I want to ask you, here's the situation I want to paired with you real quick. So Arizona Cardinals still have Josh Rosen. It's coming into the 1st round. Would you, being Bill Belichick, have looked at the 32nd overall pick and said, you know what, let's get Josh Rosen, let's get a 3rd round pick out of the Arizona Cardinals, and let's get our quarterback of the future to train underneath Tom Brady? You wouldn't do that?
No. And that's the next team in this.
Right, yeah.
I think they have their quarterback of the future.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then tell me about him, man.
All right. Well, first off, I have their grades. It's Patriots. They just throw A's up. It's literally A for day 1, A minus for day 2, A minus for day 3, overall A. Is it Nikhil?
It's N'Keal Harry.
All right. Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Arizona State, I don't think they had a great year. I think the expectations going into the year were really high. But for him, I don't follow. Problem with the Pac-12 is their games are on at midnight.
Yeah,
and
their games are on
not
late.
staying up that late
Mm-hmm.
as it is. The one I do like, Chase Winovich, as much as I hate Michigan, I think he's a great guy, except they never wanted to talk about how he did against Notre Dame that first game.
Yeah, well,
I know
but that also opens up a little bit about him because you could see when he's going against the bigger offensive linemen that really know how to pass block and run block well, he struggles, and that's where a lot of people are like, it's kind of iffy. Yeah.
They didn't want to talk about that. At least on the ESPN side, they took away my DirecTV now took away my.
Sorry about that, man.
Damian Harris, running back. I think he was a little underrated. I think it's a good pickup, but really the guy I like that they picked up a punter, by the way. Jake Bailey. I mean, it's a punter's name.
Yeah, it is.
But I like Jarrett Stidham. I think he's an underrated quarterback, and I think he's that cocky kid.
Yeah,
he's that kid that was very cocky and now came down to earth, and he's gonna thrive. I think Tom Brady's not gonna do what Brett Favre did to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I think he'll take him under his wing. I think ESPN said it right. I think it was Mel Kiper said that Brady's got 2 more years.
That's what a lot of people are judging. Probably 2 more good years. But no, you're right. I mean, the thing with Tom Brady is that he's always willing to take people underneath his wing and say, hey, don't worry, man, I'm going to help you through this. No matter if it's offense or defense, he's willing to do that and be that kind of teacher for you. So for Jarrett Stidham, there's nobody better to go to There's no better coach. There's no better offense. There's no better quarterback. This is the place you want to be if you want to become that next NFL top guy. So
I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see, and you got him at 131, 133. So like, that's a steal.
So I mean, out of all these teams we've seen, I mean, what do you think were some of the best draft classes we saw out of all the teams we saw go through this? I mean, obviously, some people will say Cardinals with their taking a Kyler Murray number 1. I mean, I think that's a hit or miss situation. But what are your thoughts?
I'm gonna go to the Browns.
Okay, all right.
They're still one of my Super Bowl picks.
Mm-hmm.
Not to win it, but get there right now.
Okay.
I mean, my picks. I'll throw it out there right now. My post-draft picks for the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna throw a couple teams out there.
Okay.
Patriots, obviously.
Yeah.
I have the Browns. I
Okay.
can see them potentially doing something.
Yep.
And I have now the Chargers. And as I said, the Chargers earlier, that defense is going to be really good. You took 2 Notre Dame players and Drew Tranquil and Jerry Tillery.
Yeah.
That defense is going to be stacked.
Yeah.
But I really do think the Browns did really well, especially in that first pick. They picked up a cornerback from LS Lewis and Greedy Williams.
Come on, man. Give him some credit.
All right, fine, LSU.
Thank you.
But they went heavy defense, and
Yes,
that's
they did.
what they needed. They actually one offensive guard. They drafted 2 offensive players.
Yeah.
They drafted Southeast Missouri offensive guard Drew Forbes. What a name, though.
Yeah, really.
And Oklahoma kicker Austin Siebert.
Yes.
So it's really cool to see. I think the Browns can do something. Can we go? Do you want to go into yours? Because I have my team. I want to just trash.
No, yeah. I before we get to the ones that we're gonna trash on, I will say I think the teams that really did it for me, I would say the Indianapolis Colts. I think they took the right guys. I think they've got the right weapons. I think Andrew Luck's gonna have a really good year. I think they're gonna be Super Bowl contenders. I think they're on that way because they did a lot in terms of defense and offense. I also I agree with what you were saying. The Browns, the Patriots, definitely. I would throw in the Chargers there too. I would also say Washington Redskins. Dwayne Haskins falling in them at 17, I like that. I hate the fact he's going to start right away, but I like the fact they got a future
he has
quarterback.
to start right away.
Well, yeah, I mean, he doesn't necessarily have to, but he's better than Colt McCoy and whoever, Case Keenum, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's still a good pickup. And then Montez Sweat, I know he's got the personality issues and he had a bit of the heart problem they were talking about, but he's still a top-end edge rusher. There's no doubt. So I think they were good, and then the other one I'll throw in there too, Baltimore Ravens, because I think they just picked everybody they needed to make that team that much more stacked.
I mean, if I'm going to throw someone else in there, I would agree the Redskins. Honestly, I would go. As I'm looking through it, I mean, I watched as much of the draft as I could.
I hear you. Yeah, I know this wasn't the best.
It's not even that. Like, I literally sat there and watched, and I just started falling asleep.
It does get late.
I would go maybe the 49ers, but they're also, like, on the scale.
I hear you.
They did a little bit, but they didn't do much.
They picked up just enough.
Yeah, they picked up just enough to maybe contend, but
yeah,
we'll see.
If everybody's healthy for that team, I think they can do it. But that's if everybody's healthy. That's the biggest issue right now for them.
Who picked up Bryce Love real fast?
Bryce Love, I believe that was, I want to say.
We'll get to it. We'll find it.
I can't find it right off the bat. But, yeah. But, yeah, those are the best teams. Now, obviously, there were some teams that really kind of
well, first off, let's just go into the trash team right away.
Really didn't do very well, let's say that.
The team when our draft pick would have come up in the first, we just started watching Khalil Mack highlight videos.
Yep, really.
First off, that's what the one of the execs for the Cowboys said.
Is that what they said?
Yeah, in their draft, and they're like, yeah, when our pick comes up in the first round, we're going to watch Amari Cooper highlights.
Fair enough, honestly.
Honestly, they did nothing. They took the
Oakland
wrong,
Raiders is what we're talking about
They
here.
took the
Oakland Raiders.
wrong Clemson player. I couldn't even think of the school.
Yeah, they took Cleveland Farrell 4th overall, defensive end from
Clemson.
They took him. I mean, now look, is he a first-round draft pick? Yeah, absolutely. But I think they just took him too high.
I mean, they got Hunter Renfrow. He's not a bad pick. He's got injury problems. But yeah, so
it was rough.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah.
My other team. First off, I want to throw the Carolina Panthers in there. I think they got a QB in the future, in Will Grier, and he's not going super far.
Yeah.
But that's it for that one. The other team, I was just looking at it. I'm sorry, Jake, and don't punish me, but it is the Seattle Seahawks. I really don't think they did much. To be honest, I don't know where they were going with a lot of their stuff. Like, congratulations, you had DK Metcalf fall to you.
I would say this.
I
I
was
think that's
shocked.
I think that's a decent pickup.
It's
for
the
them.
only decent pickup.
Jeez. No.
I mean, other than DeMarcus Christmas, but that's just because of his name.
Yeah. No, you're definitely. I mean, the Oakland Raiders, that was confusing. Cleveland Farrell, you could have got him at like 24, I think, or at least gotten him maybe like at like 15 or 17. I thought he was going with Wilkins and where Lawrence also went in the middle of the first round. But getting him at 4, that's a stretch. You could have had Josh Allen, who's like Khalil Mack 2.0, really.
Yeah, where did Josh Allen go?
Josh Allen went to the Jaguars.
Oh, that's right.
So the Jaguars are now stacked with another pass rushing linebacker.
Saints
So
got a good tight end.
yes, they did. But honestly, Oakland, I will say this: what saved their draft, I think, was Josh Jacobs, the running back, because you need a running back, and I think he was the best in the class. And I like Jonathan Abram.
Speaking
I
of
like
running
him.
back in Oakland, did you hear what he said today?
Who, Marshawn Lynch?
Yeah.
No, what did he say?
He's willing to return if they need him.
Good confidence in the kid, I guess. But, I mean, it wasn't the worst draft for the Raiders, but it certainly wasn't great. I mean, they could have done a lot better had they – now.
And can I ask one thing?
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to root for Notre Dame players that go to Green Bay?
Sorry about that, my friend.
Why?
Lost in the world of Green Bay, unfortunately, it will be. I'm sorry, buddy. But outside of the Raiders, I'm also going to throw them in there. I'm going to say the Giants.
Yeah, you got a freaking lookalike of Eli Manning. You got Eli Manning Jr.
I can't believe they took a quarterback because, he's got the connection with Cunliffe, the coach, because he was the offensive coordinator for Eli when he was at Ole Miss. He does look like Eli Manning. He plays like Eli Manning.
But they do have an Illinois guy.
That's right, they do.
And Julian Love.
Yes, they do. And hopefully he'll be something.
Notre Dame Love.
Hopefully he'll be something spectacular for that defense because they also took DeAndre Baker and they also took Dexter Lawrence, which helped save their draft because you took Daniel Jones way too high.
Yeah,
6 is way too high for that kid. I liked him
but
in
we
the
said
first.
hold on. We said the same thing about Trubisky.
True.
We did say the same
Very
thing.
true.
But it is the Giants.
But it's also early for Trubisky too. So
But
this is the Giants.
It is the Giants.
Gettleman thinks this is going to be a situation where it's like, he can be like Aaron Rodgers to Brett Favre.
That's a little mad in
there. Yeah. Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers and somehow Daniel Jones and goes Eli Manning. It's just crazy. Whoo. Yeah.
I do. By the way, going back to the Chargers, I do like their quarterback pickup from North Dakota State, Easton Stick.
Oh yeah,
I do like
he's
that
a good
pickup.
player. He's a really good player.
I forget where the quarterback from Northwestern went, but good job for him.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see where he went.
He
I
went
apologize, Thorsten. But
Illinois had a
congratulations
guy.
on being drafted. Did they really?
Yeah, Kansas City took Kalen Saunders from Western Illinois.
That's
D tackle
right,
at
yeah.
number 84, and they also took offensive guard Nick Allegardi from University of Illinois at 216.
All right. Yeah.
Who was Mr. Who had the last pick?
The last pick was Arizona again, and they took Caleb Wilson from UCLA.
And he was Mr.
A tight end. He was Mr. Irrelevant.
I just want to enter the draft.
Just to be Mr. Irrelevant?
Yeah, just to be Mr. Irrelevant. Because you get everything.
Yeah,
It's
you
almost
really
better
do.
than being number one.
It really, it sometimes, you get a little bonus in your check, that's for sure.
And you get a parade. You get a freaking parade.
You do get a parade for that, which is amazing.
Just for you.
Yeah. Now, I will say before we end this, I'm going to ask you this. Now, for the Raiders and Giants, a lot of people criticize them. I'll pitch this to you. You're the Raiders GM. You have the 24th and 27th pick. Would you trade up to 6 with the Giants to get the 6th overall pick and then take another top player? Would you have would you have done that deal?
No.
No?
No.
You would have stuck with what you had?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I posed that out there because I was just wondering. I'm like, if I'm in that position, I would have done that. Because imagine you get Cleveland. Even if you take Farrell at 4, you get Josh Allen or another player at number 6, another top defensive player. Guess what? You're no longer you probably solving your pass rushing issue, but you still botched the draft. Unfortunately, you can't change history.
By the way, their pre-draft or post-draft rankings. They
Yeah.
have Saints going up 1, the Patriots dropping down to 2, Rams at 3, Chargers at 4, Colts at 5, Eagles at 6, Bears at 7, Chiefs dropped down 2 spots. The Bears went up actually.
Oh, nice.
Eagles and Bears went up each 1 spot. The Chiefs dropped 2 to 8. That's for many different reasons.
Yeah.
Cowboys jumped up 2 to 9, and the Browns dropped to 1.
All right, well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's your draft rankings, and there's
And the
NFL.
Dolphins are last.
And the Dolphins are last. Good. Sorry, Justin, my buddy Justin, who's a Dolphins fan. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the NFL draft for you. What do you guys think? Who had the best draft class? Who had the worst draft class? You guys can comment down below. Let us know what you guys think about that. All right, now moving on through the draft, obviously for our Chicago Bears, we didn't have a first-round pick because the jersey Tom's wearing actually was our first-round pick. And we had the best first-round rating out of everybody.
Yeah, we did.
Because who doesn't want a 26-year-old defensive end who's a four-time Pro Bowler at 2 different positions, mind you, as your first-round pick?
And what was
Anybody would take
win?
that.
Club win or
Exactly.
club dub?
Club dub, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Club dub.
Think I
But
get an invite this year?
I would love an invite, absolutely. Hopefully we can all get an invite.
All right, well, I have their grades.
All right, so we're going to look through the Bears drafts, and we're going to kind of determine exactly what do we think about. So, I mean, hit us up with it, Tom.
So their first day 1 grade, they got an A.
Mm-hmm.
Day 2 grade, they got an A-. Day 3, they got an A.
Mhm.
Overall, they got an A. I'm going to read all of it just because we are talking about our team here.
Go for
Khalil
it.
Mack was 100% worthy of the Bears' interest.
Yep.
He played lights out in 2018, and I suspect will be a force over the next few seasons, barring
Mhm.
injury, which was a bit of a concern last year. Yes, it was, but who cares?
Right.
There's no question he was worth giving up their 2019 first and 6th round picks, as well as 2020 third with the Raiders. Next year may only be a minimal loss for the Bears if they are a playoff team and Oakland does not greatly exceed its win total from last season.
Yeah.
They won't. When they finally are when they're finally on the clock Friday night, they dealt away their second rounder this year in a draft trade that last year to land wide receiver Anthony Miller.
Right.
The Bears found their new running back in David Montgomery.
Yep.
Who can carry a heavy workload. They had to give up a 2020 4th rounder as part of the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Though the next one, and I'm gonna break down this one in a second because I actually called this one sort of.
Okay.
Getting Riley Ridley,
yeah.
in the 4th round was an absolute steal. I thought he was a 2nd round value. Shealy could.
It's Shelley.
Shelley?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's Duke Shelley.
Shelley. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was reading it weird. I forgot
You're
that
good.
was his name. Could be a nice slot corner. He hid behind Devin Singletary at FAU, but the Bears thought enough of White, and that is Kurth White,
Yeah.
to pair him with Montgomery at running back in their draft class. Now their draft picks real fast were running back David Montgomery, Georgia wide receiver Riley Ridley,
Yep.
Kansas State cornerback Duke Shelley,
Yep.
Florida Atlantic running back Kurth White, and Valdosta State cornerback Steven Denmark.
Yep.
Who they're still calling a steal as well.
Oh, he is. Have you seen him?
Yes, I have.
He's 6'3".
But I want people to understand out there. You've seen Brian walk in. We've talked about Brian. I was
Yeah.
here on Saturday, and I was up front talking with Brian, and I saw Riley Ridley's name pop on the bottom, and I was like, "Is that Calvin Ridley's brother?" By the way, his full name is Caven Riley Ridley. They just took the L out of Calvin.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's weird. And I was like, he's still sitting there. I wonder if the Bears take him.
Right.
And like 4 picks later, I looked down. Oh, the Bears took Riley Ridley.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah. No, I was shocked by it too. But honestly, it's a smart move. I mean, look, our wide receiver situation seems like it's pretty locked in. But why not pick up Calvin Ridley's younger brother, who, by the way, at Georgia was a stud
Yeah.
and was at one point being projected to maybe be a high 2nd round, maybe late 1st round pick for a while there. Now, he kind of fell out of it because he had a bit of an injury issue, and there was a lot of calls on whether or not he can actually stay stable. But look, if this guy pans out to be the kind of player he is, I mean, you got to think about it. If he's out there with his speed and his ability, with an Anthony Miller and Robinson, along with the plethora of other weapons we have out there.
You can't think of right now.
Yeah, that I'm blanking on right now. I apologize, but like there is so much that we can do right now. And David Montgomery, I mean, I love this kid. I loved him at Iowa State. I think he's the perfect fit for this team. Look, I hate losing Jordan Howard, but
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
is it fair to say that this kid I think can be a little bit better than him
Yeah,
because
well,
of what he can add in terms
his
of passing
problem, no, not passing.
or receiving wise? I mean,
No, not receiving.
what?
That's still Tariq Cohen. He is going to be in the trenches. They need the yard type
Right.
thing. That's what it's going to come down to eventually. I think that's why they drafted another running back.
Okay. Well, but I mean,
because he doesn't have that breakout speed.
No, but you think about his ability though. He has the ability to not only be a threat running the ball, but also being able to catch the ball outside of the backfield.
Yeah.
So yes, he doesn't have that breakaway speed, but you think about it. If he's able to build that up, he's going to be a nasty player for us.
By the way, Clayton Thorson went to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Did he really?
Yes.
Okay, then. All right.
God, I hate the Eagles.
Congratulations, Thorson.
I hate the Eagles.
I know you do. You just have a thing with Philly now.
I hate
back from
Philly.
God. No, but then the rest of their draft picks, I like Duke Shelley. He's got great, his size isn't considerably awesome, but you know what? 5'9", 180. I mean, he's considered to be one of the top 10 best coverage cornerbacks in college football.
Yeah.
I'll take that any day. Kareth White, I mean, was he the backup at Florida Atlantic? Yes. But is he still a talented running back that can maybe be like our kick returner? Yeah,
no.
I'll take that.
Tyreek Cohen.
Well, I like Tyreek Cohen back there, but think about it. You take some of the pressure off of Cohen to give him a guy like Kareth White to kind of maybe do a little bit of like an end around to or something like that on a kick return. The sky's the limit. I mean, anything's possible.
Found another Illinois guy, Northern Illinois offensive tackle, Max Sharping, went to Houston.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about him, too. But I honestly, this Bears draft, I thought they did a terrific job. And then you ended with Steven Denmark from Valdosta State, who is 6'3", I believe he's around 200 pounds. Yeah, he's 212. Former wide receiver, turned into a corner. He is by far, I think, going to be one of the best players for this team. I think he can move himself into the starting lineup, potentially overtaking Prince Amukamara. I mean, I think he's going to be good for the slot as the nickel guy, but there's something special here with this group.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Bears season. I mean, obviously, I'm not a big NFL guy.
Mm-hmm.
I just think there's too much money involved.
I hear you.
But I am definitely a big college football guy. Obviously, it's corrupt because the NCAA sucks. But yeah.
Want to say it louder for them? They're listening.
Fine, let them listen. They know how I feel. By the way, to go back to your Baltimore Ravens, I just fully looked at who they drafted. I forgot they drafted Miles Boykin, who you and me have both seen. And
oh yeah,
you had your heart broken.
I know. Yeah. I'll give you this: that man has the ability to go up and get that ball.
But do they not trust LaShawn Jackson or
Lamar Jackson?
Lamar Jackson.
They
drafted Trace McSorley. By the way, I love that name.
They drafted him. The idea for him is that he's going to be kind of like the third string quarterback, I guess. Challenge for the second string spot, kind of be the backup, just in case role kind of thing. I think they trust in Lamar Jackson. I mean, they took him in the first round. They're going to have to deal with him for now, at least.
Where did Bryce Love go?
I'm not sure where he went, to be honest. But I will give you this, though, for the Bears, man. They did a great job on their for their free agent rookies they picked up. They picked up some really good guys here. They picked up Emmanuel Hall, wide receiver from Missouri.
Also going to the rookie camp this weekend, they have 6 kickers.
They do. They have a lot of kickers they're going to be looking at. But they were also able to pick up as well Dax Raymond, who is, I believe he's a a linebacker, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Or I might be mistaken. I don't know. But then I also know they also signed a local kid, or not a local kid per se, but he is in South Bend. They did pick up Alex Bars from Notre Dame, offensive tackle, for some depth at offensive tackle. And
that's perfect for him because he was there last year. Yeah. And you know who not last year, 2 years ago.
Their coach, yeah.
You know who the offensive line coach is for the Bears now?
Yeah.
The coach that was for Notre Dame.
Absolutely.
That's a home reunion. Let's go.
And they already said that was the reason why they think when Bars is healthy, you put him with his old coach, you're going to get some magic happening. Yeah. So I hope that is actually going to be there.
Line.
Definitely was. Absolutely. And then here's the other great thing. They picked up a man from Laval University in Quebec City, Canada, by the name of Matthew Betts. And this guy, from what I've heard,
he
could be the well, you might love Canada, man, because this man was a terror.
I don't care.
He was a beast in college football, man. All right, so what do you
win a Stanley Cup?
Yeah, I know. All right, so what are you thinking on the Bears draft as a whole? I mean, what are your thoughts on it? A++. All right, cool. Yeah, I have to say, I think this draft, for what we had as far as minimum picks, I think we did a very good job to be able to find the right guys for this system.
Oh,
We're
found
overloading.
Bryce Love went to Washington.
Is it? Oh, okay. I didn't even see him in the Washington list. I apologize.
Yeah, Washington,
Bryce
by the way, because we keep bringing them up. Dwayne Haskins, Mons Sweat, Trey McLaurin, Bryce Love, Wes Martin, Ross Perschenbauer.
You're trying. It's okay.
I tried. Cole Holcomb.
Yeah.
Calvin Harmon, Jimmy Moreland, and Jordan Brailford.
Okay.
So that's where Bryce Love went. He went to the Redskins. Gosh.
Yeah. Feel better now?
Yeah, I do, because it's bothering me. Someone's like, "Oh, you went to this team on Saturday." I was like, "Yeah, I guess so."
All right. Well, real quick before we get out of this one, Tom, what are your thoughts now with this draft class in there? How are you feeling for the Bears now going forward? What are you thinking for them? What do you think this draft class can do for the Bears? You think
it's not Super Bowl winner bust, but it is like
contending
at least to the
NFC Championship.
Yeah, NFC Championship game.
Okay.
Or bust.
All right. I will say I think. Do you want to also say who you think will be the surprise out of this class too? You want to give that?
Yeah, Riley Ridley.
Riley Ridley?
I'm just going to stick with the man that I thought was going to go to the Bears before he even went to the Bears.
Okay. All right. I hope your luck stands up then. I really do. I think for my surprise player, I'm going to stay with Steven Denmark. I think he's going to show up, and I think he's going to be lights out crazy because who doesn't want a 6'3" corner, man? That's crazy. But I also think that this team – yeah, crazy, exactly. But I think this team – I'm in the same kind of boat with you, NFC Championship. I think it'll be a little bit more difficult now because I think the Packers – I know we don't like them, man, but I'm going to say it. I think they did kind of load up a little bit, and I think they got a little bit better.
No, not at all.
Defensively, I think they've gotten a little bit better.
Defensively. But offensively, they still have to worry about this, man.
Yeah,
Week 1, let's go. Thursday Night Football.
Yes, they're still going to have to worry about our defense because we're coming for you, Green Bay. Believe that.
I don't want to give up the championship.
You don't want to give up.
I want the division.
Well, look, I mean, Green Bay – Detroit, Minnesota, they've all made some decent picks.
Detroit made nothing. I'm sorry. Detroit's trying to find the next Gronkowski.
They're trying, but, I don't know if it's going to work or not. But we'll see what happens there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, well, we're going to go to a quick one here, and we're going to have to see what we have next up here because, obviously, we're going to take a little breather here. But when we do come back, it's going to be a lot on Tyreek Hill, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be discussing that whole situation. And, of course, the what would you do? And we're going to be putting in our little word on that on exactly what would we do with some college football talk in there. We'll be right back here with more on the X-Bomb Sports Live Show. Don't go anywhere.
Man, I'm so hungry. I need somewhere to eat fast. I have no idea where to go.
Psst. Hola, me llamo El Taco de Taco. You know where to go for the amazing taste that'll have you craving more? Taco Bell.
Can I get 20 tacos, please?
You got it.
Thanks, Taco.
De nada.
Good. That's it. Eat the tacos.
Taco Bell. Live más.
Ah, Hey, watch your mouth. Why? I'll just put a quarter in the swear jar. Once it's filled, we get a Coors party after work. I've been drinking Coors since my college days. The cold draft taste, the second to none. Yeah, worth every quarter, am I right? You know it, mother.
Hey, you get those reports done?
Yeah. No. You, sir. Attention, employees.
The staff meeting, scheduled for this evening, will now be held tomorrow early as
That is all. Dudes, we're only 75 cents short. Oh, shh. The boss. Hey, sir, go yourself. You're fired. Yeah! Oh, I still get beer.
you still working out? It's like 1,000 degrees.
Intense heat is nothing. To get an intense workout, you gotta be intense.
Our friend here's getting an intense workout with the intense cool of his Hydrotech Cool Breeze shoes. Which brings your feet a cooling sensation that is the best on the market today. Can only be explained with one word. Intense! Whether you're working out hard or just taking a stroll, these shoes have got your back. Or I should say, your feet.
Aren't these shoes intense?
Maybe a little too intense, but there's no doubt they're cool.
And welcome back, everybody, here to the X-Bomb Sports Live Show. I am, yes, still Mr. Andrew Valentin, and, of course, next to me is still you still haven't grown your beard back yet, man? It's been a full 3 minutes. It's still Mr. Tom McKinney. Tom, you still doing good, man?
Yeah.
You look so sad.
I want the beard back.
All right. Well,
Have you seen Endgame yet?
No, I haven't. I'm working on that. Trust me, I'm working on that. When is time? What is time?
Go tonight.
I don't even know. I don't have that now.
I don't care.
I have to work.
I don't care.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we just talked about the NFL draft. We also filled in on the Bears draft. But now we're going to drop it down a notch here because we've got some talk here on Tyreek Hill. Now, if you guys don't know who this is the Kansas City's wide receiver, Pro Bowl man. He's been all over the place lately, being, one of the top players. And unfortunately, news has now come out about him being investigated as of March for child abuse. Now, that has since sort of kind of been put away to the books, but now a charge also came up in March about battery, and that has been reopened due to the fact that Tyreek Hill was recorded by his girlfriend, Crystal Espinal. I hope I'm saying that right. His fiance, during a conversation that they were having about his child, and for the most part, a lot was said between the two of them. One of the big things that was said was Espinal said a 3-year-old is not going to lie about what happened to his arm, referring to his son breaking his arm, a 3-year-old. Then he replied, his son, or Espinal said that daddy did it, as the phrasing from his son. She then also stated that he is terrified of you, which Hill responded with saying, "You need to be terrified of me too," expletive. Now, there was a lot more to this conversation.
Which expletive was it?
The B word.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
There was a lot more to this. There was so much more said on this between the two of them, but obviously this does not bode well for Tyreek Hill. There's a lot that's going to be done. There's an investigation going on, also with the NFL as well. The NFL has said as of yesterday, I believe, and as of today, that they will not be taking action this week. So
no, they're gonna let the draft simmer and everything. They just got done with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the right thing to do. You want to get all the facts because they broke the day of the draft.
Right.
You're not gonna worry about it. You have way bigger issues at that point because it's what they broke that 20 minutes before the draft started.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
You got to the draft, relax, listen to everything, then make a decision. To go back to the whole. A 3-year-old's not going to lie. No, a 3-year-old's not going to lie. But at the same time, you can train a 3-year-old to say what you want it to say, or him or her to say.
Yeah.
Am I saying that child lied? No. Am I saying that it could have been staged? Possibly, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
You can't assume right away. I'm going to say I haven't listened to the tapes. I know they're out there. I could go easily listen to them, but I hear it's the same part. It's just that daddy did it, daddy did it. That's all it is. I want to hear the whole thing, and I know I'm never going to get to hear it, so I'm not going to make judgment on it.
Well, they're now starting to release in bits the little pieces of the
Release
tape,
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just release the whole thing. You played the whole thing of that fight that one draftee from Mississippi State had when he was in high school on ESPN. Release the whole thing.
Right. So you hear this situation and you think that, let's hold off to wait to see what happens, right?
Yeah, we've seen it before.
Okay. Right.
Anything like this is hard for me to believe because of my whole love for the Blackhawks and what happened with Patrick Kane. I have seen it where everybody jumped into conclusion because of Patrick Kane's past and was like, oh, he's a criminal, he does this all the time. Yeah, well, you were wrong.
Right.
It was framed. Give it time. Let everything come out. I know this isn't true and the Chiefs want to dump him, Bears jump on him. I'll
Yeah.
be fine with him. I mean, it works for me. But at the same time, I'm not going to jump and throw him under the bus right away. I'm not going to jump and say, oh, well, he's an idiot. He doesn't deserve to play anymore. Like, throw him in jail.
Well, I mean, this is certainly like it is a very serious situation, and hopefully, hopefully the child wasn't hurt due to the fact that it was Tyreek Hill. Because
Supposedly, the reason this is coming back around again is because he had the child hold his arms out and punched him in the chest, and it broke an arm. That's why this whole allegation thing came out.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, exactly. And this is just and it's still one of those things where, I mean, it's hard to kind of put it into words because you think about this situation and you hear it and you see that whole, like I said, you read this kind of stuff, and this is the excerpt from that hearing that he says, "You should be terrified of me too," saying that his child is terrified of you. I mean, that's very disturbing to hear, to be honest. I mean, that is not something that anybody should be saying to their fiance.
No, it isn't.
Or to their child or anything like that.
No, it's not at all.
That's a scary thing.
But again, things can be taken out of context. We know how to manipulate voices and edit stuff.
Right, but that's not this thing.
I'm not saying that that's what happened. I'm saying, again, let it play out. Let's see where it goes, and talk to me in 2 weeks.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, it's so with this whole situation. I mean,
right now we're going through it with Addison Russell.
Right. Yes. Okay. Good. Yeah. Addison Russell has his whole situation with his
suspension ends this weekend. He's being optioned to AAA Iowa. Rumor has it that they're going to try to trade him because why would you send him to AAA Iowa? Why not just rip the Band-Aid off and bring him back up? Where are you going to play him?
Right.
That's the whole problem. Who are you going to send down for him? Who are you going to open up a roster spot? They want to make sure he's sound-minded, ready to go before he comes up.
Right. And that's even if they do. I mean, if they do bring him up, there's no guarantee that he will stay with the team. That's,
I think he will. Let the man play. We're better with him than we are without him.
But even still, it's one of those things where do you want the heat? And that's because we've seen what the Chiefs do. You had the whole thing with Kareem Hunt come up. You had the video come out with his situation. There was a lot of people that said it doesn't look that bad, because they were saying the whole thing about the kicking and stuff. And to me, I've said this over and over, it wasn't the kicking for me. It was the fact that he bull rushed the girl, and if that guy wasn't in between him, he would have put her right through the wall, it looked like.
Wasn't the Kareem Hunt one in the hotel?
Yes, that was the one in the hotel. And you've seen what Kansas City will do with that situation. The Immedians said, we're cutting ties with Kareem Hunt all the way. He's gone. He's off the roster.
My whole problem with that one was, and I've said it before, it's wrong. I don't condone it. But don't provoke him. And you provoked him. He tried to walk away, and you kept egging him on. And
right, but you don't attack somebody.
There's a certain point in a human body, in the human mind, where you finally get pushed to that breaking point. You've been pushed there. I've been pushed there. Right. Our guys in the back have all been pushed there. Everybody's been pushed to that point where they do something stupid.
Right.
And he was pushed to that point and did something stupid and got the worst penalty. Obviously, now he's on the Browns, but he got cut from a really good football team.
Right.
I think it was wrong for them to do that and not at least back him up in that sense and say he made a dumb decision, but this is what happened, and he was pushed to that breaking point.
I mean, you can say that, but the problem is that it's still him trying to attack a woman. That's the problem with this, and that's where you can cut. I mean,
again, I don't condone.
Society has put it in our rules that you can't attack a woman. I mean to an extent.
I don't condone that at all, but at the same time, then why can they attack men? I know we're not a political show, but I just want to throw that out there. Like, for people out there who think, oh, a man punching a girl is the worst thing in the world, then why is it when a woman beats the living daylights out of a man, it's perfectly fine, the guy gets made fun of? Where is that not a crime?
Yeah. No, it's a good point. I mean,
if this was the other way around, people would be making fun of Kareem Hunt.
Right.
So,
I mean, but it is just one of those. it's unfortunately it's just the rules that have been established in our society that just say that you shouldn't never ever touch a woman like that or a child, and that's where Tyreek Hill now finds himself in this situation where he's kind of dug himself into this hole, and now having this conversation with his fiance. Unfortunately, they're just in this position now where he could. I mean, I was going to ask you this. What is his future with the Chiefs? Because right now, where I'm standing with this, after hearing the phone call and after looking through all the information on this, my thoughts are I think the Chiefs at some point are going to have to say we're cutting ties with you.
Again, talk to me in 2 weeks when more information comes out.
But I mean, right now, where you stand with it, what are you feeling like? I understand like we should
suspend him. It's a slap in the face to Kareem Hunt. Suspend him until you know more information, which they've already done.
Well, right now they've exempted him from all the activities and things
which
like
is
that.
a suspension.
So, well, yeah, to some degree.
I think
but the NFL has not laid down a huge suspension.
The Chiefs suspended him.
Yeah.
The NFL has said you're not allowed to practice or anything like that. The Chiefs have suspended him from everything.
Right.
So I think they're doing the right thing right now. Let everything see where it goes legally.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think Tyreek Hill will be done. Unfortunately, I think if he goes to jail, he'll come back, and it'll be a Michael Vick thing.
Okay. All right. That's fair. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about the Tyreek Hill situation? You guys can let us know in the comment section down below. Obviously, it's a pretty serious thing. Hopefully, everything can be resolved very quickly. Hopefully, justice is done wherever it needs to be done. And, we'll cover it if anything else breaking comes down through it. So, other than that, you guys just let us know what you guys think about this story. All right, moving into our last segment. We're cutting into this one a little bit early, but I thought Tyreek Hill was going to go a little bit longer here. I'm sorry, man. But I did want to bring into this one what would you do? And now that we have a little bit more time, I can kind of compile in here more on what would you do.
I have something if we need it.
Do you?
Yeah, I do have.
Which is what?
I do have. We do have a big thing this weekend.
Yeah. Well, I was actually gonna get to that. Wait, is it before Saturday?
It'll be Saturday.
Oh, it'll be Saturday.
Yeah,
That's
it
right.
is Saturday.
Shoot, I forgot about that.
So we it's working out just fine.
All right, well, let me hit the what would you do real quick.
Yeah,
we'll
that's
answer
fine.
that, and then we'll go into that because I'm glad you brought that up because, boy, did I mistime that one completely.
Yeah, when I saw you shed this out, I was like, excuse me, sir, you're forgetting something.
Yeah, you all right, that's see, this is why you have a Tom on hand, just in case for this.
By the way, the Cubs just can't stop scoring in the second inning. It's now 6-0.
Is it really?
Yes.
All right, well, there you have it.
It all started with the Javier Baez bomb shot of 400 some odd feet.
Don't brag.
He's just circled around again. He just doubled.
Shut up. All right, well, quick, what would you do for you guys, ladies and gentlemen? Now, this what would you do is college football edition now, and it all comes from the fact there was a big deal that was made. So this what would you do is you had a contract worth 10 years, $93 million, $9.3 million each year. This comes to Dabo Sweeney for Clemson on his extension.
Pay your players. Sorry.
It's fine.
You know where I stand on this.
I know. But what would you do if you had that big contract of $93 million? What would be your plans for that?
I'm going to buy a horse with Rob Gronkowski.
And you're going to call it what? The Gronk McKinney?
Damn. Let's go. That's actually a great horse name.
McKinney rides Gronk.
Oh, perfect. Let's go. And then I'm just going to buy a sports team.
Which one?
I might be able to buy Carolina.
For $93 million?
Yeah, dude, it's Carolina.
Do you know how much that – I mean, you realize that the dude that owns that just put in $250 million into, the AAF when it was still alive. May it rest in peace.
The Carolina Hurricanes?
Yes, the owner of the Carolina Hurricanes put $250 million in there. So how much do you think they're worth? They're not worth $90 million. I can tell you that much.
I don't know, but they ain't.
And then you also need the money to run it too. So
obviously they're probably worth more now. Well, yeah, dude, I'm a horse person. I'll be fine.
So you win all the money with your horse, and then you go and buy the Hurricanes. Yeah. Okay.
Steroids here and there.
Tom is admitting to shooting steroids into his horse.
Can we delete this episode now?
All right. I mean, honestly, if I had that much money, I don't know. I'd buy a gold Ferrari, cover myself in butter, and go down Rodeo Drive. I'm
not gonna lie, I'd probably buy a McLaren, the $500,000 McLaren.
Yeah, that's
the one that's barely legal in the United States.
Oh, you mean the one that's like actually race car approved?
Race car.
Jesus.
Yeah, the one that goes 0 to 60 in like 0.63 seconds.
I mean, if I had 93 million, I'd probably be buying like a fleet of Ferraris and Lambos.
I'm also
left and
moving
right.
to Colorado, and I'm buying one of those like $8 million houses.
Cause you love Colorado, don't you, buddy?
No, but have you seen some of those $8 million houses? Have
I
you ever gone
know.
on those trips
I know.
to like whatever those Zillow, and you click
Yeah.
on one, and it's like, this is a ski resort.
Right, yeah. And you're like, you got to be kidding me, really?
They got like 30 pools.
Right.
The views outstanding. 8 bedrooms. A movie theater.
It's got the elevator
a
to like the
golf
mountains or
course,
something.
A bowling alley.
Yeah.
I don't have to pay for bowling anymore.
No, those houses are nuts. They're
And I get a
absolutely
big yard to
insane.
mow?
Yeah. Yeah. If I had that much money, I'm not living here anymore. I can tell you that. I mean, the safe me would be like, I'd invested in all this, and I probably would. But at the same time, I'm also taking all of this to Miami, or to California, somewhere where it's not
like
cold.
California, Andrew?
What? What's wrong with California, man?
No, you said it about Colorado.
What? California is a great place. The desert, the sun, the beaches, all that good stuff.
I just think it was wrong. Pay your players.
Yeah.
It's corrupt. The NCAA is corrupt.
Yeah, just
I don't
say it.
care.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
just
call you
say
out.
it. Just
You're
say
corrupt.
it.
You're corrupt. Put it on camera 3 real fast. I just want to look right at NCAA. Come on. I'm looking. Give it there you go.
Give it to 'em.
The NCAA is the corruptest organization. It's worse than FIFA. And that's hard to say. It's worse than FIFA. Pay your players. They make you billions.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McKinney says, pay your players.
Why not?
Endorsed only by Tom McKinney. Nobody else.
Don't lie.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end that segment there. What do you guys think? What would you do with $93 million? You can comment down below and let us know what you think. All right. And to finalize this one, Tom's going to head us out with this one because I completely forgot about this is going on. And by the time we would do the Saturday show, it would be over.
It would be really close.
It would be close. It would. But
We'd be
hit us
like,
with it.
and the race. Blah, blah, blah.
Hit us with it, Tom.
So the Kentucky Derby, the greatest of all races, is this weekend. You have your favorite Omaha Beach 4-1, followed by Game Winner 5-1, Roadster 6-1, Improbable 6-1, Maximum Security 10-1, Tectus 10-1, Code of Honor 15-1. By the way, we're with all these like military things right here.
Yeah, I know.
I like this one. Win, win, win. 15-1. War of Will 20-1. Tax, which I hate, 20-1. By my standards, 20-1. Vicoma 20-1. Plus Q Parfait 30-1. Cutting Humor 30-1. Hayakal 30-1. Long Range Toddy 30-1. Spinoff 30-1. Country House 30-1, Gray Magician 50-1, and Master Fencer 50-1.
Jeez. Now this is all coming from where again?
CBS Sports.
CBS Sports. Okay.
So if I were to throw money down, which I've really thought about throwing at least a couple bucks down here and there, nothing more than like $20.
Okay.
I'd probably throw 5 on like either Gray Magician or Master Fencer.
Okay.
Just to have a long shot one, win a couple bucks here or there.
Okay.
I'd throw a little bit on Win 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 just because I like it, or War of Will because those are 2 great names.
Oh yeah.
And then I'd probably throw the rest on like Omaha Beach or Game Winner.
Yeah.
I wouldn't win as much, but like if I threw $5 and Gray Magician won or finished wherever, I think I would get like maybe $100.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, this year's Kentucky Derby, it's kind of a crapshoot because there's no real true favorite. I mean, Omaha Beach is kind of considered to be the favorite as of right now, from what I've seen from most of like the outsources that talk about horse racing for the Derby and stuff. I mean,
this is one race I want to go to. I went to the 100th running of the Indy 500. That was awesome. I've been to the 150th birthday of Jack Daniels and Leinenkugel, so I've seen some pretty cool things.
Yeah.
But I want to go to the Kentucky Derby really bad.
Yeah. You've also been at the inaugural season of the Chicago Dogs as well. So.
God, I hated that team. Dude, you didn't have to work the Sunday hot games.
I had to work.
You got to work inside. I had to work outside in the sun.
Sorry.
I came upstairs one time with a camera and laid on the floor and got up. I was like, squeeze.
No, this year's Kentucky Derby, I mean, if I had money to put down, I mean, maybe I'd put down something on Omaha Beach. I really like Maximum Security. I think that's an awesome name. And also because I work security, too, for a living. So as much as I hate my security job, which I don't care if my bosses see this or not, I really throw myself in on that one. I have heard there's a lot of people that think that Tactus could be a surpriser. Apparently, this is a guy that likes to kind of sit behind, and then he kind of makes the push at the final stretch there. So I would maybe say Tactus is another one I'd go with. Code of Honors Code of Honor.
The names
and
are
War
all
of
great.
Will just all sound really cool.
I like win because it's like you almost have to win all three. It's Triple Crown winner. What if
win-win-win wins the Triple Crown?
What if he wins and each time they win they shrink the name down to win?
I don't think you can do that, but
You
I
could
get
do
where
whatever you want.
I get where you're coming from. So it
That'd
comes
be
down to the
awesome.
point where he just gets rid of all of his
And then he
wins.
becomes Triple Crown.
He
He
would
evolves
be
to the
pretty-
Triple Crown.
No, then it would just be like Joe. They just give him a basic. They just give him like a basic name, you know, like all right, you won all 3 races. What do you think now? He's like, I just want to be Joe.
Yeah.
Joe the horse. But yeah, I would say War of Will, win, Code of Honor, Maximum Security, Omaha Beach. All these other guys.
I like the Hyalaka one. I think that's like a New Zealand name.
High K, you mean?
Yeah, I thought that was like the New Zealand like war chant thing that they do.
That's the haka dance.
I know, but it like looked like it at first when I first
Yeah,
saw
I
it. I was
know.
like, oh.
Yeah, no, it's high K, but I get where you're coming from. I'll even plus what is this +1 parfait? Is that really a name? Plus Q parfait. What kind of name is that?
Hey, what would your name be?
What would my horse's name be? Come back to me on that. You probably have a few. What would you? What's your name?
One of them I can't say because you haven't seen the movie yet.
Oh. Come on.
Well, I don't want to ruin it for you.
That's fine.
But it's a great one. Someone in the back knows what I'm talking about. She's shaking her head. I saw it. I would have to go something like the Irish, something in there. I don't know. I'd throw something like Luck of the Irish.
Luck of the McKinney Irish.
Yeah,
or something.
something like that. Or Braveheart. Or just say Braveheart. It'd be a great name.
Just freedom with like 30 E's and exclamation points. I guess if I had a horse name, I mean.
Would you do Sherry Berries?
Sherry berries? No. You know what? I think would be real. I'm gonna just go with Fluff Daddy Guapo.
Ooh,
I'm
that's a
gonna just
good
use
one.
that as a horse
He
name.
wins. Actually,
Fluff
you know
Daddy
what I do?
Guapo.
You know what I do? What's my thing for my Instagram name and my Twitter?
Oh, you're McLovin?
I would just go McLovin.
No, it would have to be I am McLovin.
No,
that would have
no,
to be
because
your
that might be the movie copyright then.
Oh.
I don't want.
Well
to do
then,
that.
now you're worried about copyright.
Well, yeah, I don't want Seth Rogen to be mad at me. I like Seth Rogen.
What if I meet him someday?
I've met McLovin.
Have you really?
Yeah, he was at Lala my first year.
Okay, all right, all right.
By the way, quick update.
Yeah.
Storm Surge is up 1-0. Carolina is leading the Islanders 1-0.
All right, well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Your hockey update for you. And honestly, with that, I think we're going to have to end this one a little bit early here, ladies and gents. I hope you have enjoyed this show.
Whoa. We got comments.
What are we going to talk about?
Let's just talk to talk.
About what?
I don't know, dude. Let's just talk to talk.
How are you today?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. It's been a crazy day. Today was one of those days I walked into work, punched in, and was like, I'm ready to go home.
I was getting ready for you to say I walked into work, I punched someone.
It came close to a couple times. Every time I tried to pick something up with a freaking reach truck, everything would go, nope.
Oh.
No, just falling all over the place.
Just so you guys know, too, a quick update. I just saw this here on ESPN. Derby favorite Omaha Beach has now been scratched from the race. So if you're looking to put money down on Omaha Beach, I would nix that one right away. Yeah, it just says that he was nixed. The owner says he was coughing, which made us suspicious, and we scoped him. It says it's not anything we can fix to have him. Hold on. It's not anything we can fix to have him run on Saturday, so we're going to have to scratch him. So unfortunately,
the favorite put your money's in until
the day of
Friday night.
Yeah. So if you got money on Omaha Beach, you might want to retract that one and go for somebody else.
Tie game.
But yeah. So if you got other, game winner.
See,
now
good thing we didn't close the show early. Breaking news.
Yeah. I guess we're glad we're good on that one. So yeah. Go with game winner. He's the favorite now, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, that's a great playoff thing. There's playoffs going on right now.
There
game
is.
winner. OT playoffs. Let's go.
Which there were a lot of game winners there. All right, so we got a minute left. We'll close this one out now, ladies and gentlemen.
By the way, it's 1-1 now.
It's 1-1 now?
Yeah.
All right. Don't sound too upset now.
Well, I want the Islanders to win this game because I don't want Carolina to sweep them.
Yeah.
Just because I know it'll be a problem down the road.
Oh, it will be a problem, believe me.
By the way, I've just been playing with the Thanos glove on Google.
Yeah, I know you have because you got me into it too. So
It's fun.
I know.
Go
All
see
right.
the movie.
I will. So, but Tom, where can they find you, man?
McLovin6193 on Instagram, and Twitter.
Alrighty, and you guys can find me on Twitter at the Fluffy Guru. I almost screwed up my own Twitter.
Wow.
At the Fluffy Guru on Twitter. You guys can find me at Boom Crew Captain on Instagram as well. I'm posting a bunch of stuff there. Make sure to go follow us on our Facebook page at XBomb Sports. Go to our Twitter at XBomb Sports. Follow us there. Make sure to give us some likes. We're going to be posting more stuff up there now. We've also got our own Instagram for XBomb Sports too, at XBomb Sports. Go follow that. We're putting up pictures all the time for that kind of stuff. And then don't forget too, we've got XBomb Productions here, the YouTube channel. Make sure to go and subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell so this way you guys can get the notification. Because, guys, we're going to be putting in a lot more content here. We're trying to get talks going. So this way we can get more stuff pouring in as soon as possible so you guys can have all the content in the world to be able to watch. Also, too, make sure to go check out the Respawn Cast as well. The guys at the Respawn Cast have done a really good job. They've just gotten to the work of affiliate with Twitch on twitch.tv. So make sure to go check them out. Show them some love. Kat, Kevin, and Shaq, they do great stuff every Tuesday and every Friday. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. This has been a blast. We will see you this Saturday, for our other XBomb Sports live show where we'll be talking about who knows what. Tom's getting ready to throw that paper. But thank you all so much for watching. Much love. Peace out, Boom Crew.